So in kinetic theory of gases, okay, we take certain assumptions, and that assumption we call it as the postulate. So postulate number one says that all the molecules of a gas are identical. We have to assume that the molecules which are in the present in the gas, okay, so they are identical in nature. Okay, they are same. So in case of macro particles like human beings, we are different from each other in the size, or it may be in the color. We are different from each other. But if you consider the micro particles like gas molecules, we have to assume that all look like same. Postulate number two: the molecules behave as rigid, perfect, elastic spheres. We have to assume that these gas molecules are perfectly rigid. Okay, they are very strong. They are elastic. They are perfectly elastic, and we have to assume that their size, okay, shape is in the form of sphere. Number three, the size of the gas molecule is extremely small compared to the intermolecular distance. Okay, if you compare to the collision between the two gas molecules on that particular distance, or it may be the distance between the two molecules, if you compare to that distance, then their size is negligible. Therefore we assume that the volume of the gas molecule is negligible compared to volume of the container. The next postulate: the molecules are in constant random motion. Okay, so molecules, they are in a random motion. When the one molecule collide with another molecule, after that collision, it can take any direction. It can move in any direction. Therefore, that the direction is a random motion. But between two successive collision, it always travels in a straight line. So this velocity of the molecule increases with increase in temperature. This velocity, the kinetic energy of the molecule, is directly proportional to the temperature. So postulate number five: molecules collide with one another and also with the walls of the container, and the collision are considered to be perfectly elastic. Okay, so in case of the collision between the microparticles, we assume that the collision is perfectly the elastic one. The postulate number six: the number of molecules per unit volume of the gas is very large. If you take an oxygen on something like this, it is something around 10 raised to 25 gas molecule per unit volume. So it is very large, and it remains constant in a steady state. And this term, that number of gas molecule per unit volume, is an constant quantity. So postulate number seven: between two successive collisions, the molecule move with a uniform velocity in a straight line. So the molecules, the overall path of the molecule is zigzag. Okay, so but when one molecule, okay, it collides with one molecule, and after that one, it is going to collide with one more molecule. So between two that successive collisions, the molecules always tries to take a path of an straight line. Okay, it will take a path of an straight line, and its velocity is also a uniform one. So postulate number 8 says that molecules do not exert any force of attraction or repulsion on each other. So there is no interaction between the gas molecules. So now these are the 8 postulates. Okay, we have to assume, okay, for the kinetic theory of gases. On based on that assumptions, okay, we are going to take that particular discussion here. So these are the postulates of kinetic theory of gases. Okay, so in kinetic theory of gases, we make certain assumptions, and we call that assumptions as postulates. Okay, so based on these postulates, so let me start with the derivation of the pressure exerted by the gas on the walls of the container. Okay, if I get the expression for pressure, then we can have, by using that expression of pressure, we can easily study, okay, so the various terms here. Okay, so we can derive Charles' law, we can derive Boyle's law, we can give the kinetic interpretation of temperature. Okay, so this can be studied by using the expression of pressure. So let me start with an expression of pressure here. So what is pressure? Pressure is nothing but the force per area. Okay, the force exerted per area, we call it as pressure. Here in this particular discussion, so the pressure is about, see, the gas molecules are moving in a container, so they are in a random motion, as we studied just in the postulates. They are in a random condition. Okay, so between the two successive collisions, they try to have a path of straight line. So they are moving in a straight line, but when they collide, the they change their direction, and it is random. Okay, you cannot specifyly give the exact direction of gas molecule after the interaction. Okay, so therefore they have an the overall path is the random, that is exact path. Okay, so that is measured by our mean free path. In mean that is called free path. That is the distance between two successive collisions, and the mean free path for a gas is constant. Okay, so that is our last discussion. So these molecules are moving, they're colliding each other, and this collision is considered to be an perfectly elastic collision. They collide with each other, and also they collide on walls of the container. So when they collide on the walls of the container, then they exert force, and the total force exerted by this gas molecule per unit area of the container is called pressure. Okay, so therefore I have to start the derivation of pressure here. So for the sake of discussion, let me take a container in the shape of an cube. Okay, so let me take an cubically shaped container. And at the end of our discussion, we come to know that this expression for the pressure doesn't depend on the dimension of the cube. That means you take any shape of the container. So initially, I've taken the shape of the container in the form of cube, because the cube is very simpler one. Okay, all sides are same, so volume easily I can say that L cube like this. Okay, so let me take a cube here. Okay, so let me take this one this particular area of this side as A. Okay, and length, let me take this length as L. Then I can say that what is volume of this cube? The volume of the cube can be written as area of cross section multiplied by length. So that gives the volume of the cube here. Okay. So we have to find the pressure here. So what is pressure? Pressure is nothing but force per area. What is force? Force is nothing but rate of change of momentum. Okay. So rate of change of momentum is change in momentum in an divided by the time, okay, which is given to the change in momentum. Okay, so therefore our discussion should start from change in momentum. First I have to find the change in momentum, then rate of change of momentum. That rate of change of momentum gives me the force, and that force divided by area, so that gives me an pressure. Okay, see, for the sake of discussion, let me start with a single gas molecule. Okay, so I am considering a single gas molecule. So we have the single gas molecule. So this is a single gas molecule whose velocity is, let me take whose mass as m. Okay, m is the small m is the mass of the gas molecule. So initially, let me assume that it is traveling in x direction. So let me take this is x direction. So this is okay y direction. So this is z direction. Three-dimensional shape here, x, y, z. Okay, so let me assume that initially this particular gas molecule is moving along x direction. Okay, so this is moving from one phase to the other phase here along the x direction. So therefore, let me assume that Vx is the velocity of the gas molecule. Vx is the velocity of gas molecule. So consider a gas molecule having mass m and velocity as Vx. Why Vx? So x indicates that it is along, the initial direction is along x axis. So in a gas, okay, if you refer the, okay, so data table of a gas, so which quantity is constant? See, in gases, okay, so this particular quantity is constant. Number of gas molecules per unit volume is constant for the given gas. Are you getting me? So this n, the value of n is the constant. What is n here? So n is nothing but number of gas molecule, number of gas molecules per unit volume is constant. Okay, so therefore we have to interpret our formula in terms of n. Okay, so what is n? N is nothing but number of gas molecules per unit volume. This is constant. Number of gas molecules are not constant. Okay, so if you take a container, then it can have any number of gas molecules. Okay, are you getting me? So if you take a container, so there may be an, okay, so if you take an oxygen in one container, okay, you have the oxygen in one container, larger container. On the other container, you have this size is small. You can see that. So in this particular container, it can occupy more number of gas molecule compared to this small container. Okay, so therefore I cannot predict the number of gas molecule in a container, but we can have, okay, so we can have the data of number of gas molecule per unit volume. So this is a constant quantity. Therefore we have to represent our the formula of pressure in terms of n. So we have a gas molecule, a single gas molecule whose mass is m, whose velocity is vx, and n is the number of gas molecule per unit volume. Okay, so let me initially assume that it is moving in an x direction. Okay, it is moving in an x direction. It is moving from one wall of the container to other wall of the container. So from okay, one side to other side. Let me assume that it is taking some time delta t. Okay, it is taking some small time delta t to move from one side to other side. Okay, and finally it collides on that particular wall of an container. Okay, so before collision, so you know that the gas molecules have certain momentum. They have certain mass. It has got certain velocity. Therefore, initially it has certain momentum. Okay, so therefore the initial momentum of a gas molecule is how much it is. So momentum is nothing but product of, it is a quantity of motion. Okay, it is given by the product of mass and velocity. Therefore, it is m into vx. Okay, m into vx. So this is the momentum m into vx. It collides on the wall of the container. Okay, so our in postulate we assume that now these collisions are perfectly elastic. As the collisions is perfectly elastic, it gets rebounded. Okay, it reverses path. What about the final momentum? The final momentum remains same. Reason is, what is the reason here? The collision is perfectly elastic one. The collision is perfectly elastic. Therefore, your collision, the momentum before collision is same as that of the momentum after collision. Okay, so initial momentum of a gas molecule. So this is before collision. Okay, after collision it attains the final momentum. Therefore, the final momentum of a gas molecule is how much? It is m into vx. This time. Okay, so this magnitude wise they are same because it is a perfectly elastic collision, but minus. Why minus? Simply because you can see that before collision it is moving in an x direction. After collision, okay, it rebounces. Okay, so it reverses direction, but in an, so now this time it is moving in a negative x direction. Okay, if I taken this one as the positive x direction, automatically this direction would be a negative x direction. Therefore, the momentum remains same, but direction has been reversed. Therefore, I have to write minus here. Therefore, minus m into vx. Okay. Next, we have to find the change in momentum. Therefore, change in momentum change in momentum of a gas molecule is, therefore the change in momentum of a gas molecule is okay. What is change in momentum? The final momentum, the final momentum, final momentum minus what? Minus initial momentum, the final momentum minus initial momentum. What is your final momentum here? Your final momentum is m into Vx. Okay, and what is the initial momentum? Your initial momentum is, okay, so m into Vx, this is minus m into Vx. Therefore, what is your change in momentum? Your change in momentum of a gas molecule is minus 2m into Vx. Okay, therefore the change in momentum of a gas molecule is minus 2m into Vx. Our discussion is about the force exerted by gas molecule on the walls of an container. Okay, so this is a change in momentum of a gas molecule, and this molecule exerts certain pressure here. Okay, it makes certain impart on the walls of a container. Okay, so the principle of conservation of momentum, it says that what? It says that, okay, so see here, now this is a perfectly elastic collision. It get collided and it get retraces its original direction. Okay, it rebounds back. The wall of the container still it is steady. That means what? It exerts the same amount of momentum on the gas molecule. So the principle of conservation of momentum, it says that, so what is the momentum exerted? Okay, so the momentum exerted on the walls of the container is momentum, okay, imparted or exerted on the walls of the container is, okay, so the gas molecule, it imparts certain momentum on the walls of the container. How much it is? This is plus 2m into Vx. Are you getting me? Why plus into 2x? Because in an isolated system, your total momentum should be 0. Okay, this is minus 2m into Vx. This should be equal to plus 2m into Vx. Therefore, what is the momentum imparted on the walls of the container? The momentum imparted on the walls of the container by a single gas molecule is 2m into Vx. Okay, so now this is about momentum, okay, exerted by single molecule on the walls of the container. Okay, so this is the momentum imported on the walls of the container. How much it is? 2m into Vx. Momentum imparted on the wall of the container is how much it is? 2m Vx. Okay, so this is 2m Vx. Okay, now this is about a single gas molecule. Let me assume that, okay, in a container, okay, so if there are n gas molecules, if there is a capital N number of gas molecules, okay, what is capital N? This is the total number of gas molecules. Let me take if there are n number of gas molecules, that is total number of gas molecules in a container. If n is the total number of gas molecules in a container, therefore the total momentum, okay, exerted by the gas molecules on the walls of the container is on the walls of the container, on the walls of the container is how much it is. So now this is for a single gas molecule. So this is for a single gas molecule. If there are n number of gas molecules, then it is given by, the total is given by n into 2m into Px. Is it correct? Okay, so this is for a single gas molecule. If there are 100 gas molecules, then what is the total momentum exert? It is multiplied by 100. Okay, so totally it becomes n into 2m into Px. So this is about the total momentum exerted, is how much it is, n into 2m into Vx. But this is difficult to find this value of n. What is n? Then total number of gas molecule in a container. Okay, you know that it is difficult to visualize the number of gas molecule present in a container. Okay, we can go for some other methods to find the number of gas molecules here. You cannot directly interpret, you cannot directly calculate the number of gas molecule present in a container. Okay, so therefore this n should be replaced by the small n, because the small n is a constant quantity. N means what? This is the number of gas molecule in the container. It may be of any number, but this one is a constant quantity. Therefore we have to replace capital N by small n. Okay, so what is n? What is capital N? Capital N is nothing but total number of gas molecule. Okay, capital N is total number here. This is total number. Total number of gas molecule. This is a total number of gas molecule. This is n here. Okay, you have to write in terms of small n. What is small n? Small n is nothing but number of gas molecule. This is number of gas molecule per volume. Okay, per volume. Okay, so therefore if you want total number of gas molecule, this is the number of gas molecule per volume. If you want to get the number of gas molecule, that means what? It should be multiplied by the total volume. Are you getting me? This is the number of gas molecule per unit volume. Okay, for the per unit volume, so this is n here. Okay, for per unit volume. For an example, you have for an oxygen, it can have some 6.2 into 10 raised to 25 gas molecules per meter cube. For an oxygen, the value of n is approximately, I don't know. Okay, let me take some rough value here. So n is equal to 6.2 into 10 raised to 25 per meter cube. Now this quantity represents what? N, that is number of gas molecule per unit volume. Okay, so if you have some 3 meter cube volume of a container. Okay, so if the question is like this, so what is the number of gas molecule present in a container whose volume is 3 meter cube? Then total number of molecules is given by, you have to simply multiply it by volume of the container. That gives me the total number of gas molecules present here. Okay, in the same manner. Okay, in the same manner. So I want to get the value of n here. So it can be written as n, that is number of gas molecule into per unit volume, multiplied by what? Multiplied by volume. Multiplied by this volume of the container. Okay, so next is, so n into, what is volume of the container? You know the side A. Okay, so the area of the one side is, we are taken as A, capital A, and what is L? L is length here. So what is the volume? So volume of the cube can be written as area of cross section multiplied by length. Okay, area of one side multiplied by length. So that gives the volume here. Therefore, automatically the formula becomes n into A into L. Okay, so what is the value of n here? Therefore, the value of n can be written as n into A into L here. Okay, as I know the derivation. Okay, in the derivation, okay, you should have the values of Vx. See, here we are representing, so far we have taken in thermodynamics or in thermal properties, we have taken the thermodynamic variables as the pressure, volume and temperature, and they are the macroscopic quantities. They are the, okay, so the larger quantity here, they are the macro quantities here. So this time in kinetic theory of gases, we have to represent this macroscopic quantity in terms of microscopic quantity. We have to represent in terms of small quantity. Small quantity means what? For an example, mass of the gas molecule. Okay, so velocity of the gas molecule, the mass of the gas molecule, it is very small. It is of the order of what? Some Armstrong, like this. Okay, so now this you have to interpret here. We have to relate the macro quantities with the micro quantities. Okay, we have to go deep into the gas here. Okay, therefore I have to replace this A and L by okay, so the macroscopic quantities like M and Vx, like this. So therefore now here, so automatically A in the next step it gets cancelled because the pressure is nothing but force per area. So I'm not going to touch the A here because in the next step it gets cancelled. So I have to change the value of L here. What is L here? L is nothing but this particular length. That is nothing but this particular distance. Okay, this particular distance here. What is this distance? You can see here the gas molecule is moving from this wall to this wall here. It is moving from one wall to the other wall here. That is nothing but, that means what? It is nothing but the distance traveled by the gas molecule in a time delta t. Is it correct? Okay, this is L is nothing but what here? This is nothing but the distance traveled by the gas molecule from one wall to the other wall. Okay, before collision, okay, it has traveled a distance L in a time delta t. In a time delta t, having a velocity of Vx. Okay, how will we define velocity? Velocity is this, okay, defined as displacement by time. Displacement by time. So what is the displacement of a gas molecule here? The displacement of the gas molecule is L along x direction, and for this displacement it has taken some time delta t. Therefore it can be written as, what is Vx? So therefore Vx can be written as L by delta t. L by delta t. So therefore, what is the distance traveled by the gas molecule in a time delta t? And again, if you rearrange this term, L becomes what? L can be written as Vx into delta t. Okay, therefore your L is Vx into delta t. Therefore I can write here, therefore N can be written as, therefore total number of gas molecule can be written as now N A into what is L? L can be written as Vx into delta t. Okay, therefore what is the total number of gas molecules present in this container? Is given by NaVx into delta t. Okay, therefore the total momentum exerted by gas molecule on the walls of the container, now it can be written as, so that is equal to, okay, this is the total momentum here. So total momentum exerted by gas molecules on the walls of the container is given by N, and what is the value of N here? So N can be written as N A, okay, Vx into delta t into 2 m Vx. Okay, now this is the total momentum exerted by gas molecules on the walls of the container. I can see here, so there are 2 x here. Therefore, if I rewrite this equation, this becomes 2 n m. So Vx into Vx is Vx square into delta t into one more quantity star, that is A. Is it correct? N 2 n m Vx square into A into delta t. Okay, so this is the total momentum. Okay, so next is about force. Okay, we have to find the value of pressure here. Pressure is force per area. Therefore, the force exerted by the gas molecules on the walls of the container is okay. What is the formula for force? How will you define force? Force is defined as what? Force is nothing but rate of change of momentum. Force is a rate of change of momentum. Okay, Force is the rate of change of momentum. What is the rate of change of momentum? Change in momentum. Okay, the total change in momentum. Now here, see, this is the momentum exerted on the walls of the container. So this is the total momentum. Total momentum change here. Okay, if a total momentum, so this is the total momentum exerted by the, okay, so this is change in momentum. Divided by the time. Divided by the time here. Okay, so what is the total change in momentum exerted by gas molecules on the walls of the container? And this is the value here. This is the value here, 2n m Vx square into delta T into A. Okay, 2n m Vx square delta. Now here, so just have to recollect it. This is total momentum exerted by gas molecules on the walls of the container. Now this is nothing but the change in momentum. So that is 2n m Vx square into delta T by A divided by in which time the change in momentum has been take place. That is nothing but in delta T. Okay, in some time delta T. So therefore it can be written as, you can write it as, so delta T gets cancelled. We can write here 2n m, okay, Vx square into, this is formula for the force here. Okay, so this is 2n m into Vx square into A, that is nothing but force exerted by gas molecules on the walls of the container. And finally, I can give the formula for pressure here. Therefore, the pressure on the walls of the container is, is, okay, how much it is? So what is the pressure? Pressure is nothing but pressure, we call it as force per area. Force is 2n m into Vx square into A. Okay, it collide on that particular wall. We have taken a cube here. That means all sides are same. Therefore, the area of that particular side is A. Therefore, your A gets cancelled. Therefore, the final formula. Therefore, the pressure is given by, therefore, the pressure exerted by the gas molecules on the walls of the container. It is given by P is equal to how much it is? 2n m Vx square. Okay, so therefore the pressure exerted by the gas molecules on the walls of the container, it is given by P is equal to 2n m Vx square. Okay, but just note here. So throughout our derivation, we assume that all the gas molecules are traveling in the x direction. Okay, so you know that there are three directions here. It can travel in x direction, it can travel in y direction. The gas molecules can also travel in the z direction. Totally, we have got the 6 directions here. That means it can travel along the positive x direction, or it can travel along the negative x direction. Similarly, in the plus y, minus y, plus z and minus z. Okay, so initially, for the sake of discussion, we have assumed that if all n number of gas molecules, they are traveling in an x direction. But as you know that there are a large number of gas molecules, they are, okay, so traveling randomly in all possible directions. And what are the possible directions here? There are 6 possible directions are there. They can move along the positive x direction, they can move along the negative x direction, they can move along the positive y direction, they can move along the negative y direction, positive x direction, negative direction. Therefore, I say that now this pressure is, okay, so that particular quantity is divided by 6. Why? Because there are 6 phases are there. Okay, this pressure, okay, so the molecules, they exert some pressure on one wall here, similarly on the other wall, Therefore, there are total 6 phases are there. Therefore, this quantity is multiplied by 6. Therefore, the pressure exerted on each wall of the container is The pressure exerted on each wall of the container can be written as this 2 by 6 can be written as 1 by 3 into mn into, I simply write V square. What is V here? V is nothing but average velocity of the gas molecules in a container. Okay, it is an average because when it collides, it changes its direction and magnitude continuously. Therefore, if I take the average in the next lecture, we are defining this term as the root mean square velocity of the gas molecule. That is nothing but somewhat average of the gas. Average velocity of the gas molecules present in a container. Therefore, what is the formula for pressure? The formula for the pressure is given by 1 by 3 mnv square. So, pressure is a macroscopic quantity. The mass of the gas molecule, the number of the gas molecule. Now, these are the microscopic quantity. We are representing microscopic quantity in terms of microscopic quantity. Now, this connection is given by kinetic theory of gases. Okay, what is the use of it? As I said already, so by taking the single value of pressure, we can derive, we can explain the large number of phenomena, the large number of equations, large number of derivations here by using the kinetic theory of gases. Okay, in today's lecture, let me take one particular derivation here. So that is, see, in thermodynamics, every time when we take an internal energy, what is internal energy? That is nothing but the kinetic energy of the gas particles present in a container. So every time we have represented in terms of an temperature. Okay, we every time we have interpreted in terms of temperature. In isothermal process, your temperature is kept constant. Okay, in that case, we have given the thermodynamic equation as the delta U is equal to 0. There is no change in internal energy. Internal energy depends on the temperature. Internal energy is nothing but kinetic energy, and that particular kinetic energy depends on temperature, like that. Okay, so in this particular class, in this lecture, we have to give the relation between the kinetic energy and temperature. We have to show that the kinetic energy is directly related. The kinetic energy of the gas molecule is directly related to the temperature. Okay, so this is very simple. So our basic equation is, now this is called kinetic equation of the gas molecule. By using the kinetic equation of the gas molecule, we can so I'm going to derive so it may be Boyle's law. You can derive Boyle's law, you can derive Charles' law, you can give the Avogadro hypothesis of the gas molecules, so on like this. So let me start with kinetic interpretation of a temperature. You can represent the kinetic energy of the gas molecule in terms of a temperature here. So this is the basic formula. P is equal to 1 by 3 mnv square. Let me multiply both sides by volume. So let me start my derivation. So by making that, multiply both sides by volume here, volume of the container. So this becomes P into V is equal to your 1 by 3 mn v square. 1 by 3 mn v square into V. Here capital V is volume of the container, and this V is the velocity of the gas molecule. P is equal to 1 by 3 mn v square. What is n? N is nothing but number of gas molecules per unit volume. And what is V? V is nothing but volume of the container. And n multiplied by V, it gives what? It gives the total number of gas molecules present in a container. Are you getting me? N means what? Number of gas molecule per unit volume multiplied by volume of the container. That gives me total number of gas molecule, which is represented by capital N. Therefore, I can write in terms of this becomes 1 by 3 into, can write capital N into V. N into V can be written as capital N. That is nothing but total number of gas molecule 1 by 3 into N into, it becomes mv square. I have to introduce the kinetic energy here. We have to show that the kinetic energy depends on the temperature. Therefore, I am making certain so mathematical modifications here. That means so this n is constant. Therefore, this n is the number of gas molecule in that particular container. So n multiplied by 1 by 3. So this can be, if I take so this equation remains same. If I multiply into divided by 2, so that it becomes 2 by 2 mv square. So if I take the next step as, therefore it is 2n by 3 on one side. So this becomes automatically half mv square. What is half mv square? Half mv square is nothing but your kinetic energy. So somewhat we have introduced the term kinetic energy in this particular equation. Therefore PV is given by, so PV is given by 2n by 3 into half mv square. And PV can be represented in terms of temperature. Okay, so in the kinetic theory, or it may be in thermodynamics, in our syllabus, we have considered our gas as an ideal gas. Okay, we have taken our gas as an ideal gas. If I take 1 mole of an ideal gas, then equation of an ideal gas is given by PV is equal to RT. Okay, it can be written as PV is equal to RT. Therefore, you can replace RT by PV by RT. Therefore, your formula becomes RT is equal to 2n by 3 into what? Into half mv square. What is half mv square? What is half mv square? That is nothing but your kinetic energy. Therefore, 2n by 3 times E. What is E? If I take E as an kinetic energy, then it can be written as RT. Therefore, the formula for kinetic energy of the gas molecules in a container is given by E is equal to 3 RT by N. Okay, now I can easily say that the kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature. In a particular container, your N is constant, 3 is constant, R is constant. Therefore, the kinetic energy of the gas molecule present in the container is directly proportional to what? Directly proportional to absolute temperature. Capital T, it is absolute temperature. Okay, so that is correct. In isothermal process, there is no change in internal energy because you are keeping the temperature constant. As you are keeping the temperature constant, your kinetic energy of the gas molecule is also constant. There is no question of change in kinetic energy, change in internal energy. Therefore, the internal energy becomes 0. Okay, you can see here the kinetic energy is directly proportional to absolute temperature. And second thing is it doesn't depend on this small m, small n like this. What is n? Number of gas molecule per unit volume. Now that is constant for a particular gas. It changes from gas to gas. It is constant for a particular gas. What is m? Mass of the gas molecule. Again, you know that the mass of the gas molecule is different for different gases. So this m and n, okay, depend on the gas here. But in this particular equation, you can see that there is no m and n here. Okay, so this kinetic energy depends on 3, which is constant, R is constant, N is constant. Therefore, the kinetic energy, it only depends on the temperature. It doesn't depend on the nature of the gas. Are you getting me? If you have two gases, if you have two gases, let me take the okay, so there are two different containers are there. So there are two gases. Okay, one is, let me take the carbon dioxide and second one is an oxygen. If I maintain them at the same temperature, let me take 300 Kelvin, then these two gas molecules have the same kinetic energy. Reason is it doesn't depend on the nature of the gas molecule. It doesn't depend on the mass of the gas molecule. It only depends on the temperature. Okay, so this is one of the fine example to represent this particular formula of pressure, to say that by using that particular value of pressure, the expression for pressure, we can study various derivations or laws in kinetic theory. Okay, so let me stop here. In the next class, we will have large number of applications on this particular expression.